Blessed afternoon, Shalini. Blessed afternoon, brothers and sisters. How are you all doing today?
Blessed afternoon, Viji, and blessed afternoon, all our viewers.
Yes.
So I hope
So
our viewers have enjoyed celebrating yesterday's Janmashtami. And
amazing. Amazing, Shalini. I could see your face is so bright. So today's topic is going to be very interesting for us to discuss before we get into the topic. For all those brothers and sisters who are new to our channel, we are from My Life, My Voice, and this series is dedicated to all about you and your well-being. As the series talks, it is about empower self. Empowering us starts with being aware of who we are and taking these steps which would make us to feel that we are completely under our will and completely aware of what is the purpose of our life. There are a lot of things which we would be discussing it, starting with traits of human being and how some of these traits are so critical for us to be aware and take the right steps. We also talk about very live examples, some people whom we relate to on our day-to-day life or we were told from our childhood days, so that the message is very powerful. But brothers and sisters, this is a series where you could join us live or you could join us in our morning club, 5 a.m. club or a billionaire club. Without much of ado, I ask my partner Shalini to introduce the topic or the trait for today's discussion. Over to you, Shalini. What topic or what trait do you want us to discuss today?
yes, Viji, yesterday we talked about self-confidence, and today, like it's a contradictory we are going to talk about self-sabotage, and it's nothing but a contradiction of your values and beliefs with that of your actions and behaviors. Like sometimes your actions are not in congruency with your values and beliefs. Like for example, if you want to achieve your health and healthy body and come out of your disease, and you are not following the lifestyle required, then it's obvious that what you value the healthy body, but you are not you are taking enough action to get into your shape and get rid of your disease. So it means that you are self-sabotaging your own self. So you are going against your core values and not taking action. So it's not like sometimes people, there's a misconception that self-sabotage is we are cursing ourselves and we are always we are demeaning ourselves. It's not like that. You just have to be in alignment with your beliefs and values. So what would you say,
Very,
Vijaya?
very, very interesting characters which you spoke about. And invariably, all of us, one way or other, get into this conflict of what you just now mentioned. That is the deep inside, we are all very unique. First of all, we are all very unique. Each and every one of us is gifted with the purpose to live on this life. That is why we are all very unique. Like no tree is the same, so is no human being. So why are we talking about it? Deep inside, we are born with what is the purpose for which we are living. Now, when we grow up, we are conditioned with many beliefs. Some of them we like, some of them we don't like. Irrespective of whether we like or not, certain beliefs, we hold it so tight, we hold it so close to our heart, it always conflicts with our deep purpose. Like the way you said it, right? It's if I wanted to be a person of very nice looking and wanted to be seen like a celebrity and wanted to be given myself an importance of looking good. Let's assume that way. That is my deepest need. That is one of my purpose of like enjoyment, or that's the purpose of how I wanted to project myself. Now, if you are born and told that dressing up well is not good, it shows a different character. what happens? It's a exact opposite conflict. So when I get to talk to people many a times, this is one important aspect which people did not even know and they get into themselves. So they may wanted to speak. For example, if somebody they wanted to go for a party, they wanted to dress up nicely. But they say, no, this party dress is not good for you. How can you wear it? Then immediately they would, just to get into the norms of acceptance with that person who they feel important in their life, what do? They compromise or they don't wanted to do what they felt is good in them. Then they go. Trust me, take it simple check. Those who have done it will relate to what I'm saying. Once they change it, they go into it. Throughout that party, they would, or throughout that function, they would feel very uneasy with themselves because deep inside the conflict was going on. Wish I would have worn that. Wish I would have dressed like that. Wish I would have makeup like that. Because we are made of like that. Our inner needs and voice are so powerful. The more you suppress, the more it is going to come out very strongly, but in different form. Self-sabotage is exactly that character. And there are many ways in which you could address very simple thing we could do. However, before we go further, it would be good if you could give some example, Shalini. Like whatever I have given is are all, very normal day to day, but there are very powerful examples which many of the celebrities we have seen it, the self-sabotage, especially the celebrities. So do you have any examples for our viewers to discuss with?
Yes, Vijay rightly said that when we are self-sabotaging, like in order to match our standards up to the mark of the society, we go below our own values and then we don't feel good. Like in the case of many celebrities, like we have seen that when they achieve the high status and when they achieve the success, and in order to get in tune with their success, they fall into the despair of some wrong habits which are not in alignment with their own self, I would say. So that destroys their successful career as well as they it leads them to nowhere. Like I will give the example of a movie Sanju. Recently, a movie came Sanju. It's based on the real life story of some actor. So we get to see that how that actor, despite of being so successful in his film career, he just took to our wrong habits, and then his whole career spoiled. And so we need to have an awareness for it. So it's not that difficult. If we are aware and if we are conscious, we can easily get over these habits of ours. So don't
Very
let the
true.
success go. Yes, switching. So what would
Very
you like
true.
to
And
reply?
yeah, I'm sorry. Please go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yes, that's what all I wanted to say. So
Very true. You did recollect, I mean, you actually hit the nail on the coffin, I would say. Many a times, our success leads into self-sabotage behaviors, unless otherwise you are very careful about it. Not in film industry is one place. Sports is another place when people get success and then they get into be accepted in that norms. They get themselves into those habits which they are not comfortable with. And if they are, which is very important character, which we'll be talking about is self-control, right? If that is low, then it just gets into the wrong side of the table and they go slide into it. I think it's a very powerful story which you have told, Shalini. It's time for us to give also how to overcome. It's a very simple steps. And brothers and sisters, we practice that in our morning club. We take care of some of these disempowering behaviors very carefully with a very simple techniques. Do join us in the morning 5 a.m. club or the billionaire club where we be your shadow partner for 365 days to continuously work along with you to empower your true self, true potential. Before we go, we always like to give. So today is another gift of how to overcome your self-sabotage using NLP technique. So it's a very simple technique. We all love to give advice, right? So whenever first thing is be aware. So when you get into the context of you wanted to do something, somebody says, if you are changing from what you wanted to do versus what others wanted you to do, the first thing is be aware of why you wanted to change it. Who has told you and what is the intention of you to change? Why in the first place you wanted to behave in one way, or why let's say the example of I wanted to dress differently. It is a traditional dress which is what been asked to wear, but I wanted to wear it like a chudidar kind of thing. Now, if somebody said, no, change into your traditional dress of sari, you are going to change. Fair point. Now ask the question. In the first place, what was the intention for you to wear that your choice of dress as chudidar? Now, if somebody says that wear the sari, what is the intention you wanted to change it? If you aware this very powerful but a simple question, the mirror will be shown in front of you. Now you wanted to make a conscious call of either go with your choice or with the advice, whatever is given. Now, what do you do? The best thing is if you have chosen one direction, let's say you wanted to go with the advice of Sari, but deep inside you know that you cannot wear it, you cannot maintain it, you cannot do this and that, then very simply, if you wanted to advise a third person, what would you do? Just advise to yourself in that same way. Why? Every human being is very good in advising others. So in this case, very powerful thing. I don't wanted to wear sari is what your friend is telling. What would you advise that friend to go in that direction? Give all that. If your friend says, you know what, at my home everybody is compelling me to wear sari, but I'm not comfortable. What will you advise to your friend to go ahead with her decision or with his decision? Whatever that advice, just take it. First advice, note it down all the points, just apply it onto you. It is so powerful and very simplest, easiest NLP technique you could apply. And we are too good with advising others. Every advice we give others is for us. That's the underlying NLP technique and enjoy it. With that, Shalini, we could, you could introduce us and we could close today's session.
Yes, Viji, very nicely you have put it. Like before giving, we are all, as humans, we are very good at advising others, but we have never thought about advising our own selves. And if we start advising our own self, then half of our problems are going to be solved. So thanks for such great practices. And I would recommend all of our viewers to please come and join and see, you'll find a difference. So with that, we'll be ending our conversation today with my partner. She's a great human behavior specialist, I would say, and she has learned NLP from the great masters. And so please come and have the experience of her great practices. So thank you everyone for joining us live each day and listening to us. Thank you all our viewers and a very goodbye. See you tomorrow with another great practice. Thank you.
Thank you, Shalini. Thank you, brothers and sisters. See you all tomorrow. Keep watching and keep practicing it. If you keep practicing these simple techniques, we could assure you that it changes a lot because you are talking to two live examples who have changed a lot in our life using all these simple